Now that I've got some equipment in, my larger rooftop unit, my smaller VAVs, and my smallest air terminals, I can start to connect the dots. But what would be cool is if I could align this VAV to make it so it hits dead center of the duct that I'm going to have to run all the way down through the core of the building. What I'm going to do is I'd like to go to my roof level first. In the roof plan, I'd like to make some changes so I can look all the way down in my building so I can see my VAV. To do that, I'm going to go in my properties and I'm going to scroll down until I find View Template. Now I'm going to click on where it says Mechanical Plan. Now I'm going to click None. I'm going to click Apply. I'm going to click OK. Now what I'd like to do is I'm going to scroll up to where it says View Range, and I'm going to click Edit. This is just going to be temporary. My bottom view range, I want to look unlimited, all the way down to the ground. My view depth, I want to look unlimited, all the way down to the ground. Click Apply, then click OK. Now, I know that this is my intake. I know that this is my outtake. So I need this to supply this. But I don't feel like jogging any duct around unnecessarily. So what I'm going to do is type AL for Align. And I'm going to select the center point of my mechanical equipment right here. Now I'm going to come to my VAV. I'm going to hover over this point right here. I'm going to pick it. Don't lock it. But now at least I know that for one VAV, I don't need to put any unnecessary bends or jogs into it. Perfect. Now what I want to do is go back to my view range. I want to click Edit. My bottom is Associated Level Roof. My view depth level, I want it to be Associated Level Roof. I'm going to click Apply. Click OK. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to run some duct, but I'm going to do it in this section. So I'm going to open up my section here. I'm going to come to my gigantic AHU unit. I'm going to select it. Now I'm just going to click on this Create Duct button right here. Notice that it's one line. What I'm going to do is come down to my detail level and set it for fine. Now I'll have to just come back in and pick this again. Make sure you hit the point. But what happens when I do that is sometimes it goes in the wrong direction. So if you hit your space bar once, it's going to orient it into the right direction. I'm going to come down here and try to avoid these two windows. Pick a point like right here. I want to come straight down. I'm going to come all the way down till I get to about level 1. I'm going to stop that just above that ceiling. I'm going to hit Escape a couple times. Excellent. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select my VAV. I'm going to click this button right here, which is Create Duct. I can extend this straight in to here. I'm going to hit Escape. Awesome. Now what I want to do is I want to go to my ceiling plan level 1. Notice that we have a nice straight connection. Don't get too used to that happening, but when you can do it. I'm going to select my VAV. I'm going to click on this button here. This is my Create Duct. I'm going to draw a duct over to here, down to here, I suppose, over to here, maybe pick a spot right here, and I'll come down at a 45-degree angle, and I'll pick a spot right there. While I'm at it, I'll select this duct, I'll right-click on it and create Similar. Now I'm just going to find a midpoint of it somewhere, or a point right in the middle of that duct. I'm going to pick it. I'm going to run it straight down. I'll go past these guys a little bit. I'll hit Escape. Now I might as well run one straight up. I'm going to select this duct. I'm going to right-click, create Similar. I'm going to come straight up. Now you can select it, and if you hit the arrow key to the right, that's the nudge command. So I can actually nudge that duct over if I want. Hit Escape. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this duct, I'm going to right-click, and I'm going to create Similar. Now I'd like to do a round duct, so I'm going to hit the drop-down. I'm going to go Round Duct Taps Short Radius. In my diameter, I'm going to come down to about 210. Now, what happens is when I hover over this duct and move it down in alignment with my diffuser, notice my diffuser lights up. That way I know I'm squarely on it. So I'm going to pick a point here. I'm going to route it out to about here. Now I'm going to hit escape. Now I'm going to select this piece of duct. I'm going to right click right here. Now I'm going to draw flex duct. I'm going to flex down to my diffuser. I'm going to select this duct. I'm going to right click and create similar. I'm going to do the same right here. Pick a point here to there, hit escape, right click. I'm going to draw flex duct. I'm going to go onto my diffuser. I'm going to pick on these two now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a duct straight off of here. So I'm going to select this, right click, create similar, draw a duct to about there, hit escape. I'm going to select this duct. I'm going to right click and I'm going to reach way over with a flex duct over to about here. It's going to flex that in for me. I'm going to select this duct right here, right click, create similar, draw a duct up to about here. I'm going to right click on this node. I'm going to flex a duct down to here. Notice that it's also putting it on the supply system. I'm going to select this duct and I'm going to keep going. I'm going to right click, create similar, draw my duct out, right click here, draw a flex duct, a couple more. Get very used to this procedure. I like to just click on a piece of duct that I like the size of, select it, right click, create similar, and we're good. I'm going to draw some more flex duct. I'm going to click it there. I'm going to select this unit. I'm going to click on the in button right here, create duct. I'm going to come over here. Now what's nice if, for example, if I have to change the height, so I'm going to come up to about here, and maybe there's something in the way and I need to change my offset. I'm going to change it to 4267. Hit enter. I'm going to pick a point right here. And it's going to rise it up. But what happens is if I come up to this duct, I forgot what height this was at. But if I come in here and try to connect to it, what's going to happen is it's going to give me a drop or a rise. So I'm going to cut a section through here to see exactly what that did. So I'm going to click on my section button. I'm going to cut a section straight through here. I'm going to hit escape a couple times. I'm going to open that section up. I'm going to zoom in down here. I'm going to set my detail level to fine. You can see that I snaked it up, went down, and then I came right back down. I suppose I could have jogged it over and hit here, but whatever. Whatever we want to do with the duct, within reason. Remember, as long as you have clearance in your fittings, you can do it. Now I can select this duct, and if I need to, I can hit my down arrow key and nudge it down to the point where it's perfect. And if I go to a 3D view, zoom in, we'll see how we have our duct routing if we have a bunch of stuff here. Or, of course, I could have come straight over and straight in. So that's how we route our duct.